What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And continuing with the theme of the House of Oman Luxury. Today I'll be going over Dejan with you guys. So that's one of their more high-end offerings and more on the pricier side. So we will be going over the description from the website, followed by the notes. Then I will do a perfume experience with you guys. But before we get started, and as per tradition on this channel, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy or cafe, and sit back and relax. Okay? With that said, Dejan. Inspired by Oman's iconic Jabal Akhdar's roses, the fragrance opens up with an overwhelming smoky rose essence blended with natural exotic oud, musk, and amber. Dejan uplifts a sensation of grandeur and uniqueness. So this was launched in October 2020. Top notes are Jabal Akhdar Rose Water Accord. Heart notes are Cypriol, Cistus, and Labdanum. And for the base notes, it's musk, amber, and oud. And the nose behind this is Dominique Ropion. So for those of you that are familiar with my uploads and familiar with the House of Frederick Mall, Dominique Ropion is a prominent perfumer for that house. And now it is for the House of Oman Luxury. So this is going to be something very, very special. All right. So here is the sampler, you guys. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Right, as per usual, and from this house, the samplers are very, very generous, and that's what we like. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and spray. All right. Oh, wow. Whoa. So, straight up front, the oud in here is surprisingly very Orison-like in style. It is kinamic, but you also get slightly animalic undertones, and the animalics are actually not fecal whatsoever. It's just this sort of heavy resin vibe. Yeah, it's surprisingly very kinamic, very Orison-like in style, very vapory. This is so well blended, but you can also pick on the notes independently as they waft in and out. Wow. This reminds me a lot of some of the compositions by Ansar Oud. And this is why I keep going back and saying, you guys, if you've watched my other uploads on this house, this is the closest thing you're gonna get to an artisanal Orison style, but without the price tag. Yeah, the quality of the oils in here is just wow. Okay, I'm gonna look at the notes to help myself out a bit, just because the notes are changing so quickly. I'm having a hard time picking on them. So Jabal Akhdar Rose Water Accord. So there is rose water in here for sure, but it's not like a Turkish delight rose water or any of the jammy rose waters. It's also not very citrusy or piercing. It's more of a lotiony kind of rose. So it has this lotion floral quality to it. No jamminess, no citrusy qualities. It's just lotiony. It's soft. It's also not a feminine rose. It's a rather masculine rose, so something to keep in mind there. Remember that that is an accord, so it's not the actual note. So an accord is just different notes added together to simulate the note. So quite lotiony in that sense. You have Cypriol, Cistus, and Labdanum. So these are different kinds of resins, and they're going to give an animalic feel to this. So I recognize the Cypriol and the Labdanum, the Cistus. Not so sure of that one, but you do get that resinous quality to this. Then there's musk, amber, and oud. So it is definitely musky. It is slightly ambery. And the oud in here. The oud in here is just gorgeous, you guys. Like I said, it is animalic, but it comes across more of kinamic, oriscent kind of oud, vapory, and dark also at the same time. There's something in here that I can't quite pick. Well, I can pick on, I just don't know what it is. Could be part of the rose water. Know what it is. Yeah, I don't know. There's a note in here that it's very nice, but I can't quite put my finger on. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into performance data for this one. So performance going off of my skin, it's gonna be a medium to strong, and that's across projection, trail, and sillage. The reason for that is, as I sprayed now, I had a bit of a half of a spray, a little bit over half of a spray, and had it been more, probably would be in the strong territory. I'm getting actually rather good projection off of my skin towards my nose. I'm really smelling that rose accord, but just to err on the safe side, I'll say medium to strong, and that will be across the board for projection, trail, and sillage. Another thing to mention here, just due to the hard nose having Cypriol, Cistus, and Labdanum, this does have an incensey quality to it, and that is a theme across the offerings from this house, is that if they do not have Omani incense, they try to simulate Omani frankincense across all of their offerings, and that is something that's projecting quite well right now off of my skin along with the rose, and it is a gorgeous scent. Okay, with respect to seasonality, with this one, just given the amount of musk, amber, resins, oud, and the rather masculine dark rose, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is better suited for cold weather, so winter, fall, and the earlier leg of spring. I would find this to be a bit too much to wear in the summer, especially if you go past 2 sprays. Then you're gonna get very musky, oudy, ambery, resinousy, which is not very suitable in my opinion for hot weather. So winter, fall is the best time to wear this. With respect to time of day, this is a dark scent. Okay, there's nothing about this that's freshy or light. It is heavy, it is dark, so you're gonna think more evening wear for this one. No mornings, no afternoons. As to how you would dress this is definitely more of formal wear. Semi-formal, semi-casual, or even casual wouldn't do it justice. So you need to dress this formally. So your three-piece suit, your silk tie, your tie pin, your nice dressy watch, your nice bespoke shoes, your nice designer eyewear, you name it. You got to be dressed to the T's. Yeah, you got to be very, very presentable. This scent has this it has this sophistication, elegance, and a slight air of regality to it. They did mention that it does have the smoky rose essence, which I do agree with, and the natural exotic oud, and the natural exotic oud in here most certainly comes across more oricent, very kinamic, very vapory. It has antiseptic qualities to it. So all of these are more representative of a formal dress wear and a formal image and profile. Okay. With respect to context, where would you wear this? See, this isn't work suitable. Okay. It is not date suitable. It's not definitely a scent you would wear casually either, so not going to the grocery store or running errands. So where would you wear this? I think for this one, it's the beauty of it is that it's a traditionally Middle Eastern profile with a European twist. Okay, and it comes across as balanced between seriousness and casualness, but with a bias towards seriousness and formality. And would I say this is a signature scent? It can be a signature scent for somebody who is self-made, somebody that is established, somebody that already has their own business and financial and creative endeavors, somebody that does not really care about what people think of him or her. And it's definitely that kind of a scent. And it's a function of the smoky rose as well as that what I'm going to go ahead and say, oricent, kinamic styled oud in here. If you have these two together, you don't really care much for attention. You don't care for validation. You are not looking for approval or for people to really acknowledge you. You just wear the scent because you like it and you wear it for the sake of your own personal enjoyment. So honestly, this scent will work in any context, not because of its versatility, rather because of the kind of a person you are. You're someone that's independent, someone that's free, someone that's unconstrained by social norms and just by other people's opinions of you. So you're going to wear this scent as you wish, where you wish. And it's not that it's offensive at all. Actually, it has zero offensiveness to it. Even though I mentioned earlier there's a slight animalic quality to it, it literally disappeared within a minute, if not less, from the spray off it. It's just that it's kind of, I don't want to say it's meditative and relaxing, but it does have the quality to it in the oud, but the overall composition isn't. It's just more of a scent you wear for your own enjoyment. Now, is this a compliment getter? I mean, if you're around people that appreciate antiseptic, kinamic ouds and rose, probably yes. But for, the average people, this isn't gonna be a compliment grabber, I guess. And just again, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no specific context for this. This is one of those perfumes that's more about the wearer rather than the context. So like I said, if you fit the profile of that person, or even if you don't, honestly, if you just enjoy, if you want a different take on an Orison Kinamic style oud. Definitely try this. It's wow. It most certainly is recognizable as an Orison style oud. The rose in here, the smoky rose, is very gorgeous and complements it well. It doesn't really smell like a typical rose oud profile. It's slightly different. It's a different take on that profile of Middle Eastern perfumery, but definitely exotic in its feel and its scent. And yeah, if you want to come across as somebody that's exotic, alluring, different, then that's definitely your scent. And I did not mention the gender spectrum. So this is pushed again or marketed as unisex. And I would say that it is unisex, but it is masculine leaning, and that's a function of the Orison style oud, the Kinamic oud in here, as well as the smoky rose. So, with that said, would I recommend Dejan by Oman Luxury? 100% yes, get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it, you will not regret it. If you are familiar with Orison, Kinamic, Antiseptic, ouds, and rose combos, this is going to seem very familiar, and you're actually going to enjoy this because it has this artisanal quality to it, but just because it's a European perfumer taking on a Middle Eastern profile, it is different. So it will be recognizable, but also a different scent. But even if you're not into that and you just want a really nice oud rose composition that's exotic, this scent is for you. I will say, just because of the price point, which I'm looking here now at the website, it is, how much is this? $635 Canadian. So it is a bit pricey. So just make sure to get a sampler and try it out first, just in case it's not to your palate or to your nose. But I know for a fact that those of you who are into artisanals, this will be a blind buy. Okay? So yeah, that's it, you guys. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And yeah, very much appreciate your time and attention. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.